Maramureș was, is, and will remain a unique land that the tradition and nature, faith and work power of its inhabitants make it the envy of many. Maramureș, also called the land of the four lands, the land of the forest, the land of Chioar, the land of Lăpuș, and the land of the princely Maramureș. The four ethnographic areas that make up Maramureș offer opportunities and challenges for development on all fronts, both horizontally and vertically, and in all economic fields. Although they are geographically different and have different levels of economic development, all four lands of Maramureș show examples of good practices as well as with their own values and possibilities for development and various investments. Although the lands of Maramureș are so diverse, through the current development policies which focus on road and communication infrastructure, it was possible to interconnect these areas by rehabilitating the connecting county roads, but especially to open up the county and each area in turn to national and international transport routes. Regarding the possibility of investments at the level of Maramureș County, the short distance to the Hungarian border and the European Schengen area, as well as the Ukrainian border, offer a strategic advantage to investors with commercial relations. With a fairly generous border area across the county, plans to facilitate access to Ukraine by opening a new border crossing point are an advantage in the near future, a priority at the county administration level. The economic development of an area cannot be achieved without infrastructure, utilities, education, technology and innovation, but especially not without diligent and hardworking people. Maramureș County has access to all of the above in order to develop and provide the necessary support for development in many economic fields. Links to major national and international transport routes already exist and keep developing from one year to the next through both public and private investments. Investments are clearly visible in road infrastructure through the rehabilitation of county roads, the construction of bridges, the development of projects on fast transport routes, bypasses, etc. The same can be said for rail passenger and freight transport networks and related stations. We can also see the development of air passenger and, soon enough, cargo traffic as well through investments, and the continuous development of Maramureș Airport. As for the utilities necessary for both the population and the economy, Maramureș offers various possibilities: electricity, gas, water and sewerage networks, and more recently, telecommunication networks are present in almost all areas, even if the local geography is not the most adequate for their development. Tourism in Maramureș is in a continuous process of learning, adapting, preserving traditions, and implementing the new and modern. The tourism field offers an extraordinary potential for the development in the near future due to the fact that there is no type of tourism that cannot be developed in Maramureș. From traditional tourism to ecotourism, from adventure to ecumenical tourism, from spa tourism to cultural tourism, from recreation and leisure tourism to business tourism, Maramureș County offers extraordinary investment opportunities. The opportunities for investment or development are given both by the diverse structure and geography of the area, as well as by the local people and local administration's openness to this field, and especially by the tourists' growing interest for visiting Maramureș County, their number being on an upward trend from one year to another. Even if in recent years new leisure areas have been opened for all categories of tourists and all seasons, with a stronger focus on the winter season, there are still niches where there is still room for development, such as ski areas. And the biggest advantage in this field of tourism is shown by the internationally recognized brands of Maramureș. The wooden churches that are UNESCO heritage sites, the carved wooden gates, the Mary Cemetery from Săpânța, the Mocănița, the traditional craftsmen and their crafts, the Păimăreană School of Painting, etc. Even if at the first glance tourism is the most important avenue of development for Maramureș, the county is not solely focused on tourism. Maramureș offers some of the best opportunities in the field of technology and innovation. The tradition and presence over time of the higher education system, including doctoral school, represented an extraordinary chance for the economic development of the area. The results in the field of education, research and creation constitute a good reason for both the new generation and for investors to not overlook Maramureș in the development plans. From a mono-industrial county focused on mining and processing of ore extracted from mountain depths, Maramureș managed, albeit slowly, to get out of this situation and develop new economic activities that would raise its inhabitants' standards of living. And one of these activities is based on wood processing and transformation into household items. Thus, the wood furniture industry managed to reach the top of the county's economy, which led to the horizontal and vertical growth of everything involved with raw material supply system, accessories, services, etc. Another activity that has gradually managed to gain ground at the county level is that of the manufacturing industry, and the manufacture of machines, trucks, the manufacture of electrical equipment by implementing new and modern technologies. And this is due to the level of training of the employees in the area, with a background and experience in the mining industry and the adjacent activities. The closure of the ore exploitation and processing areas have left behind areas that can still be capitalized on by the tailings deposited after extracting various metals from underground ore. Greening these areas is an obligation of the present for the future. But that can be achieved with economic advantages for both the local community and potential investors. Even if at the moment Maramureș County does not have any major industrial park, the greened lands and those that remained available following the closure of the mining and processing exploitations represent challenges and possibilities for the development of industrial parks that are already in the plans of the county administration, the first steps being already made by setting up the commercial company Industrial Parks Maramureș S.A. to develop, manage and provide the framework for stimulating, supporting the local economy and optimizing activities that can contribute to the economic development of Maramureș County. There are private industrial clusters developed at the county level which contribute to the development of their local areas by attracting small and medium-level investors, offering modern conditions for both traditional businesses and startups. For the people of Maramureș, the preservation of tradition over the years, besides providing the pride of being a Maramureșan, has also felt like a debt that they have successfully paid. Thus, traditional fairs and markets with local and traditional producers, with folk craftsmen, are still a periodic presence on the streets of Maramureș. The certification of traditional and organic products is still in its infancy, with maximum growth potential in the coming years. The first steps are achieved by creating local hubs. Moreover, the concept of traditional houses in Maramureș is supported at the county administrative level by providing those interested with construction projects offered free of charge for the development of houses with Maramureș-specific architecture. The areas of interest, which are also at the forefront of the county administration and on which a special emphasis is placed in the near future with growth potential, are also in the fields of circular economy, IT, medical field, smart city, and last but not least, of animal husbandry and organic and eco-agriculture. Maramureș, for its inhabitants, for its friends, and for all those who have set foot on its soil at least once, was, is, and will remain Maramuresh.